Hello farmers and aspiring farmers, thank you for tuning into yet another informative edition of your program. This is Agricultural New Directions, Agribusiness in support of Vision 2030. This is where we discuss everything agriculture. We look at the key fundamentals of production, business, finance, time value of money, production economics, to mention but a few. Now you'd find that to be a successful farmer within our industry, you need to understand the nitty-gritties of production. You need to understand productivity and also what it takes to incorporate your various activities so that you are profitable and sustainable as a farmer. One way we can do that as Zimbabwean farmers is to acquire knowledge and education so that we contribute to our economy. This is the purpose of this episode. We have taken the liberty of coming all the way from Harare to Beatrice. We are here at Beverly Foods Gumbi Farm, where we are looking at their operations, given that the owner of this farm is one of the students, pioneer students of the Zimbabwe Online Agricultural College. At this moment, we are going to be introducing this episode. I am joined by Dr. Dondofema. He is the director in the Department of Agriculture Education under the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Development right here in Zimbabwe. Dr. Dondofema, thank you for taking your time to come with us to this highly esteemed farm.
Thank you, Wadza. Yes. I'm happy to be here.
As we get into our discussion, I would like you to give us an introduction of, for starters, the farm we are at. You understand that we have a student who is learning through your department, who is running her ventures through the knowledge that she's acquiring from the Zimbabwe Online Agri College. But at the same time, I would also want you to introduce the online learning system that has been put in place through your department.
Thank you, Wadza. Thank you, everyone. We are happy today being here at Beverly Foods Farm, where we are witnessing the effects and impacts of the online education, where we join one of our pioneer students, Doreen Masianise, and the family. We have seen there's a family which is working together here.
Yes.
So we would like to appreciate the support being given to our student. So we are here today just to witness the results, the fruits of the Zimbabwe Online Agricultural College. What we can say from what we have observed was they have not started these ventures last year when we introduced the ZOAC, but they have started already.
Yes.
But what we are witnessing today is the value added by the Zimbabwe Online Agricultural College. The Zimbabwe Online Agricultural College was born out of the desire to develop and improve production, productivity and profitability, and come up with other value chains in terms of livestock production and also crop production. We are looking into the background or birth of ZOAC, where we are saying we have got farmers or entrepreneurs who are in various activities of agriculture. So we realized that there are some boundaries which can affect them in accessing education in our physical colleges, where we have them dotted around Zimbabwe. We have got 8 of them. And now we have the 9th one, which is ZOAC. Okay. We want those farmers to access education and to practice so that they gain skills online. We want to remove the physical barriers to access education. We also realized that these farmers, they need to create an interface where they can mix together, they can share ideas, and this can also be done online. We want also to fully utilize land acquired through private ownership or through the land reform program. So we are saying there is much more potential for these farmers to yield better than before. We want also to develop the concept of income generation, yes, where we think the local communities and the local markets can be accessed and they can benefit from our farmers and the students. The birth of ZOAC was also to address the element of value chains. We have got different value chains which we can talk about in terms of agriculture. Like here, we have livestock here. Through ZOAC, we are going to learn about production, health, marketing, and so on. So we are going to link, and through education, they are going to link with various markets, and they will access and attain more value out of these. We are also into crops.
Yes.
Yeah, we can gain through selling the raw product, but we are also encouraging that we need to process. We need to add value to these products,
yes,
so that farmers can gain the real value out of their practice. So we wish all others who might feel they want to improve in terms of all these interactions, production, productivity and profitability, it can be increased through ZOAG.
Speaking of that, Wadondofema, I want you to emphasize what you seek to achieve as the Department of Agric Education.
Thank you, Wadza. At ministry level, we are running with the creed, food security everywhere, every day. We have no doubt that through ZOAG and through these enterprises we are witnessing, we are going to achieve food security everywhere and every day. But when we talk of food, we are not just talking of mealie meal, we are not talking of maize. We are talking of the balanced diet or balanced food, where these programs are also supporting the blueprints for the government. There is Rural Development 8.0, where we are talking of livestock production, crop production, the greenhouse, fisheries, fish ponds, and so on, horticulture. We have witnessed it here. So we are saying ZOAG is complementing, and the farmers or our prospective and already enrolled students are moving or walking the top. We want to improve the food security in our different setups. We want also to improve, you know what the Vision 2030 is all about, money. We are talking of money while we are here. So we want also to add or contribute to the journey towards Vision 2030 so that we can even achieve it earlier. If we have 3, 4, 5, 70% of the farmers in our country doing so. We want also to link with even foreign markets. We want to feed ourselves and also the nation out there internationally. So the value chains, if you can look at them, that's another broad perspective. We want these value chains to create business units at all levels. So if we talk of a business unit here, yes, they've been managing it, but through sharing, through education, they will add value. What else is needed to make a business vibrant? And how can we make it a real business? Like simple things like record keeping, it's very important for decision making and for expanding and even adding to the system. So we are saying these people will be experts and will be able to operationalize, even contributing to government blueprints.
Now, Wadondofema, as we close this segment, before we move on to your principal, I would like you to talk to us in terms of the opportunities that lie ahead. In a snippet as we close, what are those opportunities that lie ahead as we close?
Yes. Thank you, Waza. There are a lot of opportunities which are coming on board through this. First of all is that interactive mode or interactive nature of the online education. If we learn through online, we have the opportunity of doing it while at home, while in the farm. With these technologies, you can even Google. And so they are going to be more capacitated. That's an opportunity. They are going to be more capacitated. They will be exposed to different markets locally and even outside the borders of Zimbabwe. They can be able to practice agriculture as a business with confidence, and we have best results and best or most profit.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dondofema, for that. On that note, viewers, we've come to the end of the first segment, where we are having a case study of one of the students who was already in agriculture, in the agriculture industry, but she took it upon herself to enroll on the online learning that the Agric department is giving us through the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Development, right here in Zimbabwe. Stay tuned. Thank you, Zimbabwe, for staying tuned to Agriculture on New Directions, Agribusiness in support of Vision 2030. Today, we are coming to you from Beatrice, where we have one of the pioneer students of the Zimbabwe Online Agri College, Doreen Masianise, who was already undertaking agriculture as a business, but she saw it fit to come on board and acquire knowledge and education in the form of a certificate as she undertakes the agricultural ventures. Now, viewers, encourage you to be a part of these conversations. Feel free to get in touch with the producer, Wadzanai Manyore, so 0772-807-506. Alternatively, you can like our Facebook page, Agribusiness with Wadzanai, make a follow-up on this episode and more, and leave your comments and suggestions. They are most welcome to us on our YouTube channel, Agribusiness with Wadzanai. You are also most welcome where we take most of our discussions and conversations on our X timeline, formerly known as Twitter. It's at Agribusiness 110. Now, earlier on, from the break, I was joined by the director of the Department of Education, Dr. Dondofema, who was just enlightening enlightening us on the goals and achievements, or also the objectives of online learning when it comes to our agricultural industry. At this point in time, I've taken the liberty of inviting Constance Nyaruwata. She is the ZOA coordinator. Constance, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Wadzanai.
Yes. As we get into our discussions, ma'am, I would like us to look at the enrollment issue, accessibility, and even application, the process. What does it take for one to say, I am now enrolled with online agri college?
Enrolling it is Zimbabwe Online Agricultural College. There is no geographical boundaries. So you need to go to our website, agricultureonline.agricultureac.zw, and then you go there, you click admissions, and you are going to find a Google form that is there. Then you are going to fill that form. But before doing that, you are supposed to upload your documents in your soft copy. That is proof of payment, $20 from our bank account, and also your certificates, O-level certificates, or any other certificate that you have done before, professional certificates. So you only need to go to our website, or you need to go to our WhatsApp group on the following number, 078-0033-130.
Okay.
Yes. Or you can call on 0772-832-753.
Okay. Now you would find that we also have students who might want to know, or those who are aspiring to be students, who might want to know the kind of knowledge or the modules or the courses or the duration that it takes for one to say, I was enrolled with the online agri college. I'm going to be taking so and so months. I've been learning such and such modules. Can you maybe give us an outline of the courses that you provide?
Basically, Wadzanai, we have got two programs. That is the General Certificate in Agricultural Business Management and the Executive Certificate in Agricultural Business Management. All the two programs, they are taken within a period of 1 year, which is 2 semesters. And in these programs, they've got a slight difference, because we are targeting different beneficiaries of this program. The executive certificate, we are targeting farm owners, company executive who are in the agro industry, and also we are targeting the beneficiaries of the land reform program to take up this course. And in the general certificate, we are targeting farm supervisors, farm managers, and farm foremen to take up this course. And also in terms of the courses, that the modules that we provide in the first semester, we basically provide management courses. We really know that we need to make this agriculture farming as a business. So to be able to utilize resources efficiently, a manager or a farm owner must have management skills, business management skills. So you need to come up with some strategies how you can come up with a viable business. So in the first semester, we are specialized in business courses such as agricultural marketing, strategic planning, decision making, farm production potential, wanting to evaluate the potential of your farm in terms of profit, in terms of viability.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I want us to look at maybe the modes of learning that are available. Agriculture is very practical, of course. Yes. So people might want to know, how are you going to be learning? It's online, but at the same time, the nature of the courses, they are also including a bit of some practical perspective to them. Can you talk to us in terms of the modes of learning, being online and also being practical? What are your sentiments? What is it like?
Basically, Wadzanai, we have got our portal, our platform, whereby if a student pays the $20, if he applied, after application, we are supposed to open an account for him or for her, where he can access our learning material there. In that portal, we load our lectures there, our modules, and our videos. In terms of practicals, the students are assessed through videos, and in some time we can even visit the farmer to see what is he or she is doing, or also even to assess the practicals on the farm.
Okay. Finally, as we close, Constance, what are some of the opportunities, or before we go on to the opportunities, your words of encouragement? Kune varimi variko kwanoti asuma masakasotanga kumarima kudhara otagara afodya tane makore chitoirima saka chicha vangandidzidzisa chandisingazivi. Your words of encouragement in terms of enrolling in such courses to our local Zimbabwean farmers, those that might not have certificates.
What I'm saying is, Wadana, I'm calling all the farmers out there to come and join SOYAC, because you really know that you have benefited benefited from land, but you don't have the technicalities, the knowledge how to run the business, farming as a business. We need to transform this economy, this agriculture economy into a business, since we really know that our country is agro-based, it's an agro-based economy. So ntirikuti huyai mese nehuwandu hwenyu mujoine kuzoyak mudzidze. Mazuano zvachinja, climate yakachinja. There are some technologies like this semester that we are getting with the student that we have already enrolled last year. We are getting into semester 2 and we are offering production courses. This one is one of the production courses, the greenhouse under vegetable production.
Yes.
It's one of the enterprise we are teaching at Zoyak. And we also have beef production, we have got apiculture, aquaculture, we have got a variety of courses. It has been designed so that it fits the farming industry of Zimbabwe.
Okay, thank you so much, Constance, for taking your time to come on our platform and educate our Zimbabwean farmers in line with online agricultural education.
Thank you, Wadzanai.
On that note, viewers, have come to the end of the second segment. We're going to go on a short commercial break. We'll be right back with this and more in the third and final segment. Stay tuned. Thank you, Zimbabwe, for staying tuned to Agricultural New Directions, Agribusiness, in support of Vision 2030. We are here in the third and final segment of your program, and we have taken the liberty to have a conversation with the owner of the farm, the student in question we are talking about today, Doreen Masianise, who's already a farmer, but has the passion and the energy and the drive to understand that she still needs a bit of knowledge and education to enhance production and productivity here at their farm. Doreen, thank you so much for affording us an opportunity to come and learn from your farm.
Thank you. You're welcome, Wadalai.
As we get into our discussion, what might have motivated you to want to associate or enroll with the Zimbabwe Online Agri College?
Yes, that's right. Before I came into ZOAC, I was already farming here. My husband and I, we moved to the farm about 5 years ago, and we aspired to become commercial farmers. So we started farming, doing different open field crops. We started also embarking on the beef cattle program, but we were just farming out of passion and energy with a lot of ignorance. So it was a lot of trial and error, as you can imagine. And somewhere along the line, we realized that we were not really getting into commercial farming as we wanted to. We ended up just being backyard gardeners because we would farm, we would plant seeds and seedlings, and somewhere along the line, something would just happen and the harvest would be interrupted. So we realized that year in, year out, we were just doing the same thing, expecting different results, and that didn't happen. So we ended up deciding, my husband decided that one of us embark on getting formal education. So that's what inspired us, so that we can turn our passion into something productive and something profitable.
Now, Doreen, I want us to talk about issues surrounding production and productivity. What are some of the modules that you found of relevance or interesting that are in line with your operations here at your farm?
Well, first of all the modules, they were eye-openers for me, but there were some that stood out, especially strategic farm planning, and of key importance was labor productivity. I didn't realize, you know, when you are farming and you hire people, workers, and you're not pleased with their performance, the next thing is you fire them, you replace them.
Yes.
You get another worker, you're not pleased, you let them go, you replace them. But when I started attending classes at ZOAC, they taught us about labor productivity. I did not know that every time you let a worker go and you get a new one, it costs money. So they taught us, our lecturers taught us that every time you lose a worker and you gain another worker, you do that more often than once. That worker needs time to acclimatize to what it is that they do at your farm. They may be educated, they may be experienced, but they're not experienced on your farm.
Yes.
So they need time to learn the processes and the systems of your farm. So in other words, that new worker is only operating at a certain percentage of productivity. For example, here, we want to make sure that our productivity level, each worker brings us 200 kgs of tomatoes a day. So if we have a new person, they're operating between 50 to 100 kgs a day because of the pace, the knowledge, and the experience. So if we keep replacing them, instead of getting maybe 2 tons a day, we'll end up at a ton or 1.5. So labor productivity taught us that there is a science in farming, and that science is in the knowledge of the operations. And for me, that was a game changer.
Now you'd find that, Doreen, this is a very huge enterprise. Earlier on, before we went to the break, as I was talking to Constance, she alluded the fact of the importance of knowledge, given maybe the size of your enterprise and your activities. I want you to emphasize or highlight your enterprises here.
Our enterprises here, we have cattle farming, beef cattle, and we have open field crops. We do soybeans, we do maize, we do beans, groundnuts, and we also do horticulture, as you are seeing right here in the greenhouse.
Okay, looking at some of maybe your crops that you have, they are high value crops. Greenhouse tomato farming is mainly anchored on producing a high quality tomato that will fetch a high market price when it's sent to the market. I understand that you're working with various enterprises, you're working with various organizations, markets. Rather, I'll put it that way. What are some of the markets, and what have you learned in terms of their requirements or what they need, or maybe their expectations in line with your production?
You're very right that greenhouse, if it is done well, it produces high value crops. These companies, they desire high standards, very high standards. And so you cannot just farm anyhow because you have secured a contract or you have secured a market. Your contract is not guaranteed its stability if you compromise on the quality, because it is hinged, the existence or the viability of that contract, it is hinged on your ability to maintain the standard, the quality that they expect. You drop the quality, you drop the contract.
They drop you.
Yes, they drop
business.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Doreen, for that. As we close this segment, your word of advice to someone who's watching. We also have an audience in the diaspora, those that are saying, I want to come back home and get into agriculture, but I do not have the knowledge. Or some people, some families who are working as husband and wife, but pakatipawa apana anechi agriculture up. Can you give us your word of advice, your recommendations as we close?
To those who want to join ZOAC, I want to say 3 things. I myself at some point lived in the diaspora for many years, and I always had a passion of coming home, getting into agriculture. Now, what made that very possible was the union between me and my husband, working together, supporting each other. The husband, in this case, I am employed full-time. I go to Harare full-time every day for work. My husband stays on the farm, sees to the other side of the running of the business. So we are in it together.
Yes.
So that alone is a game changer. And I want to say it's not easy as an adult to get back into school full-time, but I also want to say you have a choice to make. And the choice is you can sacrifice. What ZOAC did is they went against the grain and they are bringing the college to your farm.
Yes.
So that's what they've done in my case. They brought the college to my farm, so I'm able to live my family life, my work life undisturbed, and I'm able to learn while I'm here farming as I go. So I want to say this to those aspiring students: don't waste any more time gambling
or debating.
Yes, because if you are doing this, I call this gamble farming, because you are taking money, you are dicing with the rain and the soil, and you are hoping and wishing that you produce something. That's a gamble. So I would say either you commit to the required amount of time and then you will enjoy full productivity for the rest of your farming life, or you can continue gamble farming and you can enjoy limited productivity for the rest of your farming life. But I want to say to those who want to join ZOAC, don't waste time, don't debate. The teachers are flexible, the program is flexible. Enroll now and you work it out as you go.
Thank you so much, Doreen. I can never thank you enough for giving us an opportunity to come and see and learn from your practical experiences that you're undertaking your enterprises here in Beatrice.
Thank you so much. I'm thankful.
From me, your host, Zanai Manyore, I'm also on Instagram. It's W Manyore, and the crew behind the scenes. Have yourselves a fabulous evening. Thank you for watching.